After her daughter died, she returned, not as a spirit, but as a cockroach, landing gently in her mother's palm. The mother didn't flinch. She recognized her daughter instantly. Earlier that very day, the girl had joked, "If I die and become a cockroach, I'll fly into your hands so you'll know it's me." It had become their little secret, their private code. Just as those words echoed in her mind, the wail of the community fire alarm split the air. Though newly retired, the girl had instinctively thrown on her old turnout gear and rushed into the flames. She managed to rescue a small boy, but her aunt wasn't satisfied. "Go back," the aunt ordered, "get the safe." The fire was a roaring inferno by then, too dangerous to enter, but the aunt insisted, claiming it was her duty as a firefighter to protect property. She even threatened to report it to the entire department if the girl didn't comply. Trapped between guilt and duty, the girl turned back toward the blaze. As she reached the upper floor, an explosion rocked the building. Her mother watched in horror as the fire consumed her daughter. She collapsed in anguish. The girl was gone. Because the girl had died in her aunt's home, the house was now labeled a death site, unlucky and cursed. Yet it was the aunt who came forward, demanding compensation from the grieving mother. At that very moment, time froze. The Grim Reaper appeared, moved by how selflessly the girl had lived. He offered her a reward, to be reborn into a billionaire's family, destined for a life of wealth and ease. But the girl had only one wish, to return to her mother's side. The Reaper gave her a chance. "If you can be reborn as 7 different animals, and each time your mother recognizes you, you'll earn the right to return to life." She agreed. Her first life began as a cockroach. After terrifying her aunt's household, she scuttled back to her mother and stopped in front of her. Her mother stared, stunned, until the memory of the joke resurfaced. Hesitantly, she extended her palms. The cockroach flew into her hands. Her mother smiled through tears. She couldn't hear her daughter, but she knew it was her. She brought the cockroach home, even bought her a tiny toy house to live in, but the girl was already preparing for her next form. Just then, her aunt's son barged in with a can of bug spray. Before the mother could react, he sprayed the cockroach dead. The mother broke down, not knowing that only through death could her daughter move on to her second life. She spent $10,000 on a delicate urn, laying her daughter's tiny body to rest. As she turned to leave the burial site, a small turtle crossed her path. The turtle's shell bore a heart-shaped pattern. The mother froze. Her daughter once saved a child from a fire, earning a heart-shaped scar on her back. Could it be? She knelt and whispered to the turtle, "If you're my daughter, tuck your head in." The turtle responded instantly. The man holding the turtle was touched by her story and gave it to her. She took her daughter home once more. Later, while she was preparing food for the turtle, the girl slipped into her third life. This time, she returned as a cat. The aunt's family came again, bringing more chaos and cruelty. Hearing this, the girl ran home to protect her mother. The mother opened the door to find a cat staring up at her. She knew. She scooped the cat into her arms, overwhelmed with relief and joy. To protect her, the mother locked the cat safely in the kitchen. Then she turned to face her tormentors alone. But in the midst of the confrontation, her asthma flared. She gasped, her legs buckled, and she collapsed to the ground. As a cat, the girl couldn't do anything. Then she saw the red thread tied around her paw. She remembered what the Grim Reaper had told her. If she ever faced a crisis, she could untie the red thread and become human for a short while. But the cost would be that she could never reincarnate again. However, she had no other choice left to save her mother.